Okay, so question 1 is on page 42, it states that RTI is intended to be the responsibility of general education teachers. Do you believe it is their sole responsibility to address tier 2 and 3? I do believe a lot of responsibility should fall on the general education teacher. I think that we need to know how to address concerns in our classroom and keep those concerns with our students. All of our students are our responsibility, and it's our responsibility to make sure they succeed. And putting those supports in place is part of that to help them succeed. I don't think that general education teachers should be doing it alone. I think that a lot of collaboration needs to be happening between partner teachers, school specialists such as speech pathologists or special education teachers to get ideas on what interventions work and what kind of supports we can put into place. But as far as implementing them and monitoring, I think that responsibility does lie with the general education teacher. Question number 2, how are individual intervention plans instructed for each student? As far as RTI and the individual intervention plans, we're starting to look at plans on a case-by-case basis for each student. We're looking at specifically why is the student struggling and what can we do to help this student? How are they learning best? What works for them? And when we break it down like that, we see a lot more success because we're really making it specific to them and tailored to them, rather than one general blanket support, which sometimes can be helpful. But when we're looking at a student struggling, the best thing that we can do is just to break it down and look at how we can help that specific student. How is curriculum-based measurement used to monitor students? That is question number 3. When we're talking about curriculum-based measurement, we are talking about taking a task or a skill that we want a student to learn, and we're asking them to perform that skill on a weekly basis or a monthly basis, and we're tracking their progress. We're seeing, are they able to perform the task quicker? Are they able to perform the task more accurately? And we're charting their progress, and we're seeing, is there an increase in what they can do? Are they doing better? And if they are, we can see that these interventions that we have in place are working, and there is no need to move the student up. We keep these interventions in place, they're successful, and our job is done, essentially. Of course, we still need to keep an eye on them, make sure that progress does stay. But if we're looking at a student and their chart's staying the same or it's decreasing, then we know that our intervention is not helping the student at all. We need to reevaluate, we need to move them up to tier 2, tier 3, and get them extra supports. Change what supports they have and make sure that we're looking at what kind of supports will help this student. And you start from scratch. Put a new support in place and track it all over again. And that way you can really make sure that we're seeing progress and seeing improvement.